Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Jocelyn Conley, pelvic floor physical therapist and founder of the Vagina Doc, and in this video, I'm going to go over the unilateral banded lift, the unilateral diagonal banded lift. The purpose of this exercise is to build the stabilizers of the shoulder, chest, and arms, as well as the anterior anti-rotational core performance that will make bigger lifts like bench press or even things like push-ups, make you stronger, more stable to perform those major lifts better. What you'll need is a resistance band and then an area to anchor it. Where you anchor your band is going to be below the knee for a more challenging more of a challenge. The higher you go, the easier it is, but you really don't want to go any higher than about base of rib cage. Couple things is before you go ahead and do this exercise, this position can be, I'm going over it in the series 1 reconnect position, just standing, but it could be split standing, which is in series 2, or it could be done in half kneeling, tall kneeling, or any variation. But the easiest position starting out would be something in series 1. To get into these positions, you want to make sure that you're connecting to your deep in your outer core so that your spine is all aligned. You want to avoid leaning back or anything weird so that you're targeting the muscles that you are hoping to target. The other thing is where you stand with respect to the banded anchor. You want the band to be in line with your body or slightly in front of you. Slightly in front of you is going to be a little bit more loading than in line with your body. If it's behind you, the same thing. So it's okay if it's behind you, just there's a extra stabilization piece as you go backward and maybe a little bit more load. Starting position is going to be so that you're holding on to your resistance like so. You can have a tube, you can have a handle, but the key thing is I want you to keep your wrist as in a neutral position until you get to the top where you can flex, but you don't have to, because that's not the purpose of this exercise, is to work your wrist flexor, although you can. But you're gonna hold the band like this so your wrist is in this neutral position, not flexed, not overly extended. I am in standing, feet are hip width apart, and I'm connecting to my deep and outer core to get into a good alignment. And then from there, I'm pulling the band up and across as if I'm kissing my bicep, and then I control down. Again, I'm lifting the band up and across as if I'm kissing my bicep, and then bringing the band back down. At the starting position, my palm is actually facing backwards. Not that big of a deal, but it does give you a little bit more range of motion to work with. Let's say if you're a CrossFit or Olympic weightlifter, where you're setting up with your lifts with your elbows facing the outside. So I'm starting here, and I actually am gonna go with that because that is my sport. I pull my arm up and across as if I'm going to kiss my bicep, and then I come back. As I do that, there is no movement in my body, no movement in my shoulder blades until I get to this 90-degree mark. Then I'm gonna reach my shoulder blade across and up my body to get the final, so I can kiss. But I really don't want any twisting through my body. I mean, that's a whole different exercise. We wanna really target the stabilizers and the pecs as well as the muscles of the shoulder blades in this exercise. So to do that, you stay really strict, and then the only thing that's moving here is your shoulder blade and your arm. And then at this point, shoulder blade returns, arm returns, you're at the starting position. Ideally, you're maintaining tension in the band the whole time. Once you get to the starting position, you don't want to just dump. You want to stay in it and just be smooth. With your breath, exhaling inhaling as you come back to the starting position. If you feel yourself leaning, you may need to ease up on the resistance so that you could stay pretty strict. From a core standpoint, I feel this in my anterior core, trying to not let my torso rotate. Another tip, and this is included in the reconnect method, is to connect with your glutes to stabilize your hips, because we need to stabilize that anchor. That is fine, but we're connected to our core, our deep core first, outer core, then it's the glutes, so our glutes do not take the job of the abdominals. If you have any questions, please comment below. Obviously do it on the other side, but otherwise I'll see you on the next video.